Brooklyn Rippy, it's Thursday, December the 1st, and we're here for the soft reopening of our Honda Heritage Museum, Honda of North America. This was our former motorcycle plant, our museum, the Marysville Assembly Auto Plant. So they're pumping out Integras over there now. They have one in the lobby, a half mile this way is our Performance, and they produced the very last hand-built NSX 600 horsepower supercar. The NSX, a hybrid electric 600 horsepower supercar. It was a 6-year production run, all hand-built, of about 350 cars per year, so about 2,100 total NSX supercars on a 6-year production run. We're going to see one in here. I'm going to do about 3 or 4 videos. This is the first one. I have my credentials. The museum's open 5 hours a week on Thursdays from 10 to 3. That's it. It's my power cord from the battery. Having camera issues. I think I got it worked out. A 2023 Integra in white. A map of the North American facilities throughout Mexico, Canada, United States, from east to west coast, from sea to shining sea. So the beautiful thing is, this is the 2023 Integra, and they have a brand new 25-year-old one, an Integra from 1998, which is also it's sought after as the movie set car from Fast and the Furious, and this was the color to have in '98. This is a brand new. It has a purplish pearl in the paint. This is the merch, Honda factory merch. We're in the museum. For the first time in 3 years, there's that classic round headlight. Has a personality, doesn't it? It's just a super tiny car. They were assembled in Japan. 1.8. It was used for school, for training. So it's never been titled. It's been owned by the factory the whole time. A brand new Integra Fast and Furious. And we're going to go through the line right over here. There's a clay model. The curator from the museum. A cub. Hi. This is cool. This is when the museum was running 3 years ago. They go on a 2-year donation type of a thing on display when it comes in and goes in a museum. And these pictures were in here, and they're all gone. This has been changed. We're going to come back in the spring. We're going to run through here today. Just excited to be back. And in the spring, this is one of the first ones that we assembled in 78 or 9. And then maybe even 80 on the title, but one of the very first Aspencades there in the early 80s. (1980) Elsinore's. It's the 250. That was our motorcycle plant, and it progressed into automobiles. When we got the auto plant built, the first one, the water cooled, it was the 1200. Yeah, no, 1100. It was still 1100. So I think they're at 1800 now with the rumors because it's 2000. Kept getting bigger. They have the outboard engines, and the room over here, the Golden Wing 1100 Aspencade 1982. That was the first year then. It proceeded Back then, this is all they had on them. It has 6,000 miles on it. With the old stereos. It's a Clarion speaker. They'd bring in semi-loads of stereos and speakers, and we'd assemble them here. The tanks were built here. I was just going to do a quick overview and come back in the spring. Triple disc. Very involved paint department. So 82 Honda was built in their own bags, weren't they? And the fairing, here's your radio. Yeah, pretty unique. It wasn't even Panasonic yet. Yeah, the first year for the Aspencade, and the game was on from there. It still had the round headlight in it. In silver, the sexy Aspencade. Husband-wife bike. So this is what the Japanese were driving when they came over here. This is in 1970. And they flew them over here from overseas. And came over and drove them up here and scouted out the place. They had a blue one and a red one. And I see them doing it. I was a kid then. This is one of the first cars we produced here in 1983. It's pretty luxurious in size. There were some joint ventures going on. Exciting time. And the Japanese were competing with the Americans basically at this point and on a global scale, and they dominated. And here today, Honda, I would put them against any company as far as being American auto manufacturer. This is as good as it gets in 2022. This car's been in here for the 3 years, I think. And the outboard engines we'll look at real quick. But when I was talking about the Japanese coming here, here's a picture of them on the wall. There's Hiroshima. And they're down on the ground like Indians with a map, and they're pointing around. They're like, we're going to build it over here. And they all come through, and they were driving little cars like that. Because they stopped in town and got gas that day. And they had the cameras around her. Just like in the movies. The cameras around their necks. They were real civil, and we were like, here's some, Japanese people. And then this is showing the very first, September the 10th in 79, that they assembled that bike, and some of them people are my friends right there. And my dad was involved in it, and his trucking. And I remember that like it was yesterday. And then the Americans and the Japanese got together, and they would talk about drinking beer or whatever, how the lifestyles, and they still do. It was interesting. So a huge outboard engine and a very small one in a way, in comparison anyway. And then you get two of the 250s on there. So there's I'll call this a Marine, the Power, which is based out of Alabama, the outdoor power equipment, and the South Carolina ones, motorcycle, automobile, the Honda Jet, research and development. Yeah, 28. That one's been in here for a while. I'm gonna wrap up my video. Here's a Honda commercial. Not many people training in here today. There's a Honda lock division. They have a whole building that figures out how to, do what Kia wasn't doing very well. Honda lock division. There's Hiroshima back when he was still alive. At the end, moving around pretty quick, wasn't he? Bigger than life, right there. And, yeah, very excited to be back in the museum. for North America here at Pottersburg, west of Marysville, Ohio, for Honda North America, Honda Heritage Center on December the 1st. Burgard Rippy, thank you.